Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the Adelaide versus Melbourne AFLW game that happened I think on the Wednesday night, currently being recorded on the Sunday, so we are 4 days behind in the last week of the double game week, so no more Tuesday, Wednesday footy, which is a good thing I think, because we had a lot of injuries, etc., laid out, etc., teams being locked for AFLW fantasy as well. But in general, just, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and trying to keep track of everything is a little bit more hassle. But I'm glad that we're getting back to just the sort of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday fixturing, which happens in the men's, as well as less games, is sometimes a good thing. But anyway, let's just jump into this, go through it, and look at the Ebony Marinoff Masterclass. So Marinoff, 29 touches, 17 tackles. I'm pretty sure she had like 7 or 8 tackles in the last quarter. It was ridiculous looking at it. Let me bring up the actual stats for the last quarter. You can see the fantasy quarter by quarter, 39 points in the last quarter. But I'm pretty certain that at least 5 tackles happened in the last quarter. 6 tackles in the last quarter, only 5 touches. She had 49 points in the first quarter from 8 disposals and 6 tackles. So in the first and the last quarter, she had 13 touches and 12 tackles, and in the second and third she had only 5 tackles and 16 touches, so even spread pretty much. 97% tog. She's amazing, and was the easiest captain choice ever, because now she's at 154, and there's probably only Parker, Beeson, Lambert, there's probably only maybe Smith as well. There's probably only about 5 or 6 girls, Hanks as well, that can actually beat her across 2 games with what she did in 1. That's how ridiculous it was. And also probably Chelsea Randall, but that would be tight. That would need an injury for Marinoff right away. But you see my point here is that she's so far ahead that the captaincy's already worked effectively. As well as no one in 1 game is beating that, given Rowbottom failed, Conti failed. Garner and Riddell, could, but I don't think they will. Score 150 is what I'm meaning. But yeah, anyway, Marinoff, huge, 29 and 17, Chelsea Randall, 22 and 9. She was absolutely amazing. I just want to bring up her last quarter stats. Did it say that she had 35 points in the last quarter, 7 disposals, 3 tackles. In the third quarter, she had 5 disposals, 2 marks, 2 tackles. In the second quarter, she had 7 disposals, 1 mark, 2 tackles. And in the first quarter, 3 disposals, 2 tackles. So for her to be on 12 at quarter time and get to a 105, absolutely huge. She is the big difference maker in the forward line this week. And yeah, really happy to have her. As simple as that. Definitely did her one over the battle with Ponta now pretty convincingly. Hatchard, 96. Probably the better decision over her or Parker over the likes of Goldsworthy was a better decision. Goldsworthy is an impact player, and we always talk about it. I was just having a little bit of fun with that, as well as making sure that I could get Oliver, which we'll talk about in the Gold Coast Suns recap. What's that? So that's Sunday there, Monday, Tuesday. So it'll be on Tuesday that video goes live with the latter end of Tuesday will be the Brisbane versus Gold Coast one. Talking about Oliver, which she had a really good game, or at least her first quarter that was really good, and ended up scoring like 11 points for the rest of the game. But in the end, she's gaining about 100k and will be shipped off now for probably, I think, her and Heads and stuff will be shipped off for a better defender, maybe even a better upgrade in the ruck if I can do it, but I don't think I'll have enough cash in there to do it. Maddie Newman, 89. She was outstanding as well. She really gets the role from sort of Randall. They sort of switch a little bit, and they both put up ridiculous numbers. She put up an 89, including the last 3 quarters. You can see here, second half, she put up a 65, which is quite ridiculous, and is almost similar to what Marinoff put up. Marinoff put up a 75 in the second half, and Randall 62 and Maddie Newman 65. So they put up pretty big numbers in general. Those big 3. Allen 85, Goodwin 78, Thompson, Martin, Biddell. Biddell's really annoying that she, outside of kick-ins, does nothing pretty much. So that's really annoying. If she could make herself more of a target for some marks, as well as just getting a couple more tackles, she probably would be a option fancy wise, but I just don't think she does that. I think she's more of just take the kickouts, have a long boot, etc., and sometimes get a couple of loose balls to boot it down the line. Kelly was really big throughout the first quarter. At least it felt like. I mean, she gave away, I think, a couple free kicks in the first quarter, which meant that her 11 was probably actually a 17, all from disposals, I think. Custerman 51. She's been sort of a surprise packet. There was definitely questions about her earlier on this year, but she's averaged, I think, in the mid 40s, or in the 40s, I swear. She's averaged 33. I thought it was better than that. 24, 27, 29. So she slowed down a little bit. She started off the year pretty well with a 39, 30, 48, and then it's gone 24, 27, 29, and then a 51. So she'll be back up towards that. She'll be back up towards that sort of 38 marker after that score, but not the 40s that I thought it was. Gould Ponter as well, 39. She struggled. Boileau, 31, and dropped for the second game. We'll get to Boyle Carr in a second. Prowse, Van Hagen, Levi, Allen, Muller, Tarlington, and then Boyle Carr. Boyle Carr just couldn't get involved. Just sat on the bench too much as well. And yeah, that 9 really does stink. Basically just couldn't get involved, as I said. And I really probably should have looked at this a little bit deeper before making the trades. And I think I don't think I caught the Adelaide game last week. I don't think. So I really struggled to see where she was sort of lined up, etc. and how that was working out. And that probably was a bad mistake, as I should have gone the other 320k girl or something like that. If we just go to break evens. Yeah, you can see Taylor Oliver there. I probably should have gone, whereas the midfielder that I was referencing, they were both next to each other, I'm pretty sure. Not Mac, not that. Whereas the other midfielder that was sort of in the fray here. McLaughlin, I probably should have gone McLaughlin, I think. As I think Hawthorn have already played this week. Let me just check. What did McLaughlin do? Or did she get dropped? McLaughlin did a 24, so in the end, she's only going to go up 15k, so it actually wasn't that big of an issue. If I just go here, McLaughlin versus Boyle Carr, I was going to pretty much be stuffed either way, which pretty much, shows. And I just want to quickly check here, Ransom here quickly. What did Ransom put up in the first game? Ransom put up a 26, so she was pretty much going to be stuffed either way. I was picking a midfielder here. I was pretty much stuffed trying to find one that would actually work, as I don't think any of these midfielders have actually worked on the low end of cash gen, because I had about 315k or so. So I don't think any of these girls have actually put up a decent amount per se. And I mean, I don't know about Boyle Carr if she's actually going to go up any cash, but I think she'll be one that I try and get rid of as I upgrade elsewhere. But yeah, that was just a fail there. Then we move over to the likes of Melbourne quickly here. Hanks, 96, 27, and 7 tackles. She was pretty good, and especially big in the second half with a 56. McNamara doesn't play any CBAs, but still manages around the back. It seems like she's playing a very similar role to Lucas Rudd, and just sort of orchestrating the ball movement, and 20 touches for her, 5 tackles. Campbell in the ruck, 82, absolutely amazing. 15 hit-outs, 5 tackles is huge, as well as 12 touches and a goal. Gouldrick, 82, 19 touches, 6 tackles. She may not be getting the midfield time, but she's just still... I remember there was a back and forth. I don't know whether it was it Randall or was it someone, I forget who it was. They basically just kicked it back and forth for 24 points, and I think they were both on my side. It might have been Randall to Gouldrick to Randall to Gouldrick again. Just the easiest 24 points you'll ever see, as they were just intercepting about 5 meters out from their defensive 50. Hoare, 72, she had a really good start and then faded away in the second with a 7, but then came back strong, 40 points in the second half. Would have liked to see that be a 17 there, and an 82 would have been nice, but I mean, she's owned by everyone, so it doesn't matter as much. Taylor, someone that I talked about 3 weeks ago, I want to say, along with the Kimber debate and stuff like that. I think this was maybe in the Carlton double when Finn was out. I think there was a late discussion about that. Maybe it might have been, if my memory serves me correct, but yeah, 66 for her. She was huge. Heath, Lampard, Bannon, Gould, Mithen, Colvin injured as well. They're just copying injury after injury. Fitzsimmons, what a 40 on 57% TOG. She's been pretty good throughout the last couple of weeks. So yeah, she's still putting up decent numbers. Chaplin, Witherspoon, Gillards, Johnson, Pisano, Hill, and Darcy. Yeah, they're just on their last legs, Melbourne. They got the win. It was weird. It was everything in between. But they got the win, keeping their finals hopes alive, but they are just cupping injury after injury. So I wouldn't be surprised if they fall down a little bit and they just lose a game sometime. Do they have a St Kilda? I wouldn't be surprised if St Kilda beat them today. I think I had that tipped. So that would pretty much end their finals hopes. I'm pretty sure, just off of memory, they'd be on 8 games and 12 points, and St Kilda would be on 20, so they'd be 2 games out of the 8 with 3 to play. Is pretty tough to get in from there, to be honest with you, especially because they'd have to win their last couple games, and they've still got to play. They've got Richmond, which is a tough game. They've also got Hawthorn, which is a tough game. Hawthorn are ladder leaders at the moment, and they've got Collingwood. So they'd have to beat 2 teams vying for top 4, which is pretty tough at the moment. And who would have thought Hawthorn top of the table at the moment going into... Well, I say that, but Kangas are going to beat Sydney, which will mean that they're top of the table. But still, Hawthorn top 2 after doubles. Who would have thought that? But anyway, that is the video there going through this game in which Adelaide surprisingly lose to Melbourne 14 points to 16 in just an absolute slugfest at Adelaide's home ground. I forget where it is exactly, but yeah. Adelaide lose. Marinoff and Randall big winners with 154 and 105. But I will see you guys in the next video. But if you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload in the future. So I'll see you guys in the next recap, which is Port Adelaide versus Collingwood. Bye guys.